Okay, Bill, we're here at the gallery because you have a significant collection. Can you tell me about that?
We name it the Samson Matthew collection. This is a series of silkscreen prints, sometimes called serigraphs, that were brought together by a collaboration of just the right people at the right time during, just at the beginning of World War II. A.Y. Jackson, a prominent member of the Group of Seven, he had this idea that putting art in the places where the men were overseas would make a difference. It would give them a sense of belonging to Canada and what they were really fighting for.
And how significant was it then to have, these great Canadian artists to be part of this, and why did they want to be part of it?
Well, it was highly successful, and in fact, there was as many as 50,000 plus of these serigraphs were sent overseas. It went into the barracks, into mess halls. They specifically wanted them to go in the places where the majority of the soldiers were. They went into embassies around the world, and so it showed Canadian art to Europeans, people who weren't even aware there was such a thing, and even at that time, a lot of Canadians weren't aware of these images as well. So it was a huge morale boost during the Second World War. So this was one of the most complex ones. There was, like I say, there was up to 20 screens went into the making of this. Like all of these would be a separate screen in itself, so that would be one screen which shows this. These colors would be separate. So every little detail would be a separate screen.
It sounds like it's very rare, so how rare of a collection is this, and how much do these cost then?
Well, they're not terribly expensive when as far as art goes. They would start around $1,000. That would be framed, and some of them would go as high as $7,500. So you start studying and you look into the painting. This here is very complex to do in a screen print, and so it was. These people were masters in their craft. So I think, when they were around and they were beat up slightly and they had an old oak frame on them and they looked like yesterday's art, they went ignored. But I think it's to shine a new light on them and the importance of them and how they're, like I say, part of our Canadian art history, and a very affordable part of our Canadian art history.